Have you ever looked at a man walking into a casual setting in a sport coat and thought, how does he make that look so effortless? You know that guy, no tie, no dress shirt, just a sport coat thrown over something simple. And somehow, he's the most put together person in the room. That's not an accident and it's not luck. It is knowledge. And today, I'm giving it to you. I have gone through hundreds of questions from men over 40 asking me the same thing. And this one comes up more than almost any other topic. How do I wear a sport coat casually without looking like I just came from a job interview? I spent weeks pulling together everything I have learned, what works, what doesn't, and why most men get this wrong. You walk away today with a complete picture, not just a few tips. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to wear underneath a sport coat to keep it looking casual and intentional, not formal, how to pair it with jeans the right way, and when not to wear a sport coat, because there are settings where it is too much. And knowing the difference is just as important as knowing how to wear it. Because after 40, the goal is not to look dressed up. It is to look like a man who knows exactly what he's doing. Here's something worth knowing before you even spend $1 on a sport coat. Fashion industry data, it shows that sport coat category has grown over 30% in the last 5 years. Not because men are dressing more formally, but because more men are figuring out how to wear one casually. And after 40, being ahead of the curve is a real advantage. A friend of mine turned 47 recently, and he told me that he felt invisible, not at work, but in life, at dinners, at parties, at anywhere casual. And we spent 30 minutes going through his closet. He had everything he needed. He just didn't have a sport coat. 6 weeks later, he texts me, people are treating me differently, and I haven't changed anything else. That's what the right sport coat does, but only when it fits. And that's where most men get it wrong before they even leave the store. Of all of the fit details on a jacket, one matters more than all of the others combined. It's not the chest, it's not the length, it's not the sleeves, it is the shoulders. Here's why this is not negotiable. Everything else can be fixed by a tailor. The chest taken in, the sleeves, the hem can be adjusted, but the shoulders, fixing a bad shoulder fit is expensive, it is complicated, and sometimes it's not even worth it at all. So when you try on a sport coat, start there at the shoulders. The shoulder seam should sit right at the edge of your shoulder. Think of it like the edge of a cliff, not hanging over it, no pulling back from it, right at the edge. I spent years getting this wrong. Thought it looked fine, but looking back at old photos now, I can see it clearly. The jacket was worrying me instead of the other way around. Once the shoulders are right, everything else falls into place. The chest open up, the back lies flat, the whole thing looks intentional. And it doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you carry yourself. Make sure you start with the shoulders. Everything else will follow. Now, what goes underneath that jacket matters just as much as the fit. And this is where most men accidentally make the whole outfit look formal without realizing it. And here's the thing about a sport coat. It carries weight, it signals intention. When you put one on, it automatically elevates whatever is underneath it. Here's a mistake I see constantly, and it's one that even well-dressed men make. Not all sport coats are created equal. Most men treat every sport coat the same way, regardless of where they're going or what they're doing. And that's exactly why they end up looking overdressed in casual settings. A heavy wool blazer is a formal garment. It belongs in the ballroom. Put that same jacket over jeans on a Saturday afternoon and something feels off, even if you cannot immediately explain why. The jacket is fighting the setting, and the setting wins all the time. I did this for years, had one navy wool blazer and wore it everywhere. Wonder why I never looked as relaxed as I wanted to be. The jacket was not the problem, the fabric was. But a linen sport coat, a cotton twill, a soft blazer, those are built for exactly that moment. Linen, breathe. Cotton, move. A soft jacket drapes in a natural way instead of sitting stiff on your shoulders. For weekend outings, dinner with friends, a relaxed night out, lighter, less formal, and texture is the direction you want to go. It says, I dress with intention without looking like you're about to share a board meeting. And here's something most men overlook entirely. Most men default to navy or black, and I understand why. They feel safe, they feel like you cannot go wrong with those colors. But here's what they're missing: texture and pattern send a casual signal that solid dark colors simply can't. Think about subtle checks, a little texture, a linen weave. These details tell the room you dress with intention, not just out of habit. They add visual interest without any extra effort on your part. And they make a single jacket look more considered than three solid pieces stacked together. Navy and black have their place, don't get me wrong, but in a casual setting, a man with a textured sport coat reads sharper than a man in a plain dark blazer almost every time. You're not adding complexity, you're letting the fabric do the work for you. Match the weight and structure of the coat to where you're actually going. Very simple. That's the detail that separates the man who looks sharp from the man who just looks like he tried too hard. Now you know what jacket to wear and what to wear underneath it. But there's one more element most men completely overlook, and it's sitting at the bottom of the outfit. Here's something worth knowing before we go any further. Research shows that over 60% of men over 40 only wear a sport coat to formal events, leaving one of the most powerful presence tools in their wardrobe, completely out of the days it would matter the most. And I feel like most men are looking for permission to wear a sport coat. Today, we're going to change that. The easiest way to wear a sport coat casually is to remember one thing: it is not a suit. It should feel easier, less polished, more human. The moment you pair it with matching trousers, the casual intention disappears. You're not building a casual outfit anymore. You're wearing half a suit, and it shows. Casual sport coats work because of contrast. The jacket is the elevated piece. Everything else should bring it back down to earth in the right way. Dark jeans are your most powerful option here. Clean, well fit, dark jeans underneath a sport coat is one of the most useful combinations a man over 40 can own. It is not a compromise, it's deliberate choice. Chinos work just as well, especially in khaki, olive, or stone. They sit between casual and polish in a way that lets the jacket do his job. But here's where fit matters as much as color. Slim or straight cut, clean at the ankle. Nothing baggy because it erases the structure the jacket is trying to create. Nothing trimmed too short because it makes the whole combination look unfinished. I spent many years pairing good jackets with the wrong cut of jeans and wondering why the outfit never worked. The jacket was right, the jeans were holding it back. Now, here's the detail most men underestimate. Most men think people notice the jacket first. They notice the shoes. For a casual sport coat, the right shoes are not formal and they are not athletic. They live in the middle, and that middle is wider than most men think. Think about leather sneakers, loafers, Shuka boots, Chelsea boots. All of these work fine. All of them keep the casual intention of the outfit intact while adding a layer of polish that pulls everything together. But bulky athletic sneakers pull the outfit apart, the same way running shoes with jeans do. The visual weight is wrong. Worn out shoes send the message that the jacket is covering for a lack of effort everywhere else. And overly formal dress shoes, the kind you wear with a suit, tip the whole combination back toward the ballroom. The shoes is the finishing detail, get it right, and the whole thing is gonna look in. Build the outfit around contrast, elevated jacket, casual bottom, intentional shoe. Gentlemen, That's the formula. But here's the rule most men skip entirely, and it's the one that can undo everything else you just learned if you get it wrong. Because knowing how to wear sport coat casually is only half the equation. Knowing when to wear it and when to leave it at home is what separates the men who look effortless from the men who look like they mistreat the room. Here's a rule most style experts never talk about, and it's the one that can make everything else in this video backfire if you ignore it. Sometimes the best sport coat is the one you leave at home. After 40, real style is not about more accessories, more layers, more effort. It's about knowing when enough is enough. If you're heading to a backyard barbecue, a casual family gathering, or a weekend trip to the local store, a sport coat might actually work against you. Not because it looks bad, because it looks unnecessary. And unnecessary, it is own kind of mistake. One of the biggest signs of real confidence is not feeling the need to dress up every situation. The man who walks into a backyard cookout in a well-fit polo, a clean jeans, relaxed, comfortable, completely at ease, often reads more confident than the man in a sport coat who looks like he's trying to impress someone. A well-fit polo, a quality Henley, a great casual shirt. Sometimes that's not the compromise. And if you want to go even further with your style after 40, I put together a free guide called 10 Style Mistakes Men Over 40 Must Avoid. It's a quick PDF that shows the most common mistakes and exactly what to wear instead. Download it free using the link in the description below. Now, here's what I want you to do right now. Hit subscribe because next week I'm dropping a video that goes even deeper into everything you just learned. Next week, you will learn why fit matters more than the sport coat itself and exactly how to fix it without spending a single dollar. Because when the way you dress and the way you carry yourself are telling the same story, the way people see you changes completely.